Medians. So we did this in chapter 5. So before we even jump into doing the first problem, does anybody remember what a median does or what a median is? It's a type of segment.
Ooh.
Yes.
Doesn't it connect an angle to a...
Connects a vertex to the opposite side, but how? It goes to a very specific point.
The midpoint.
The midpoint. Okay, write that down. A median connects a vertex, so like a vertex of a triangle, to the opposite side's midpoint. Okay. So it says given triangle WHY with vertices W at 0, 0, H at 8, 6, and Y at 4, negative 12. So for problem number 1, draw yourself that triangle and label the vertices. So I have W at 0, 0, I have H, which is at 8, 6, and then I have Y, which is at 4, negative 12. Okay, so for problem 1, it says find the equation of the line containing the median that goes from W to HY. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. This is a median. Goes vertex to midpoint. So we need to write the equation of the line. What two pieces of information do you need to write the equation of the line?
You have to find the midpoint.
Okay, before that. If I'm just writing the equation of any given line, what do I need?
Slope.
Slope and
Point.
a point. Do we have a point that is on our median?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes through 0, 0. Bless you.
Less.
Okay, so the point we have is 0, 0. What we are missing is the slope. Now, like Toby said, we're going to have to find this midpoint. So that's what we're going to start out with. I'm going to call it big M for midpoint. Okay, please remind me how to find the midpoint.
x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y2 plus y1 over 2.
You need to add the x's, divide by 2, add the y's, divide by 2. Which points am I using? Which 2 points? Am I using W, H, or Y?
H and Y.
H and Y. So the midpoint we're looking for is the midpoint of H and Y, so those are the 2 that we're going to use. So add your x's, so 8 plus 4 over 2. Add your y's, so 6 add negative 12 over 2. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 add negative 12 is negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Please make sure you check my work in case I make a mistake. So this point is 6, negative 3. How did that help us?
Find the slope.
Now you can find the slope. So now we're going to find the slope between W and our midpoint. Okay, so remember for slope it's y2 minus y1. So in this case, negative 3 minus 0 over x2 minus x1. So 6 minus 0. So this is negative 3 over 6, which simplifies to negative 1/2. Okay, it does not matter which point I choose. I can use W or I can use the midpoint. I'm going to use W because it's the origin. It's a much easier point to work with. So we are writing the equation of the line with that point, that slope. Are we going to use slope-intercept form or point-slope?
Slope-intercept.
Slope-intercept. This is an intercept. So y equals mx plus b. So we get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 0. The intercept 0. So that's our full equation. Okay, in number 2, we're doing the same thing. This time a new median though. We're finding the median from H to WY. So we are finding this median. Okay, we already said to write the equation of a line you need 2 pieces of information. You need a point and you need the slope. Which of those 2 pieces of information do I have? Point. And what is that point?
8.
8, 6. It's H. Okay. What do I need to do next
Find the slope.
before that? Find the midpoint. So let's call it, I don't know, B. Don't call it M again, so because you don't want to confuse yourself. Okay, which 2 points am I going to use to find the midpoint B? W and Y. So add the x's, so 0 plus 4 over 2. Add the y's, so 0 add negative 12 over 2. 0 add 4 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 0 add negative 12 is negative 12. Divided by 2 is negative 6. So that point B is 2 comma negative 6. Okay, now that we have the midpoint, we can find the slope. So remember y2 minus y1, so we're using h and b. So we have 6 minus negative 6 over 8 minus 2. So this ends up being 12 over 6, which is just 2. Okay, so now we have a point. I'm going to use point H, you could use point B, and then we have the slope. Now we need to write the equation of a line. Are we going to use point slope form or slope intercept?
Point slope.
Point slope. So our point is not an intercept. Intercept is 0 comma some number. So we're going to use point slope. So we get y minus 6 equals 2 times x minus 8. I told you normally I don't care what form this is in, but I would like you to convert it to slope intercept. So you're going to distribute the 2. So we get y minus 6 equals 2x minus 16. Once I add my 6, I get y equals 2x minus 10. Okay, questions so far on writing the equation of a median? Okay. Question number 3 says, solve the system formed by your equations in 1 and 2 to calculate the coordinates of the centroid. So you guys remember from chapter 5 how all 3 medians intersect at the same point? That point's called the centroid?
Yes.
That's the point that we're finding right now. Okay. Question 3 is related to the answers to 1 and 2. So if either of those equations are wrong, you're going to get the wrong answer to 3. So in 3, we're solving that system. Can I erase this?
Indeed.
Okay. Okay. So if I remember correctly, was number 1 y equals 1/2 x,
Yeah.
and number 2 was y equals 2x
Minus 10.
minus 10. Okay, we need to solve this system to find the point of intersection. Wherever those two intersect, that will be the centroid. Am I going to use substitution or elimination?
Substitute.
Substitution, just set them equal because they're both y equals. That's why I want you to use slope intercept form. Okay, I immediately dislike the 1/2, so I'm going to get rid of that right away. How could I do that?
Multiply by
Multiply by
2.
2.
Multiply everything by 2.
Ah.
That we get rid of. So we get x equals 4x minus 20. Did I make a mistake somewhere?
Wait, is
Is
the
it negative 1/2?
Yeah.
Oh, it's negative 1/2?
Oh. Yeah.
Thank you. Did I write the correct answer in number 1?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I just copied it wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for saving me before we did the whole problem. Okay,
Plus 4.
what do you mean plus 4?
Plus 4. Oh no, you subtract.
Okay, subtract 4x. Bless you. So we get negative 5x equals negative 20. If I divide everything by negative 5, I get x equals 4. Am I still doing okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so now we need to plug that in and find out what y is.
Second equation is easier.
Okay, we'll use the second equation, sure. So 2 times 4 minus 10. 2 times 4 is 8 minus 10. So we get a y value of negative 2. So therefore, our centroid is 4 comma negative 2.
Oh yeah, negative.
Okay, now, like I said, if you do 1 and 2 wrong, you're going to get 3 wrong. So 4 is to help you check your answer. So 4 says use the centroid trick to verify your answer. Show your work below. Do you guys remember in chapter 5 when I would give you 3 vertices and I would say find the centroid? Do you remember how you did that?
Yeah. Pythagorean theorem.
No.
Circle.
Way easier.
You
No.
love it.
So, can you read me the points again? 0, 0,
8,6.
4, negative 12? Right? I gave you questions like this in chapter 5. I said, here are the 3 vertices of a triangle, find the centroid. How'd you do it? You did it a lot easier than doing this whole process.
Oh no, the distance formula.
No, way easier than that. No idea at all? Okay, I'm going to use C for centroid. Do you remember you added up all of the x's and you divided by 3?
No.
And then you added up all the y's and you divided by 3?
No.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. I guarantee you did. Yeah, it's like the midpoint formula, except you use all 3 vertices instead of 2 of them. Okay, this is what we're going to use to check our answer. So these are our 3 points. So our x's are 0, 8, and 4. So you get 0 plus 8 plus 4 over 3. And then our y's are 0, 6, and negative 12 over 3. Okay, so this is 12 over 3. And then negative 6 over 3, which simplifies to 4 comma negative 2. So that checked our answer. At this point, if you get a different answer than you did in 3, you did something wrong somewhere. And either number 1, number 2, or number 3. So you're going to have to go back and figure it out. Okay. Do we have any questions on the process for median?